Engineer Lee Biwa.
Question 20, please.
Mr. Speaker, for auctions with a fixed end time, it is common to see a spike in bidding activity near the closing time. We have seen this effect in COE bidding over the years and across all COE categories. For the COE bidding session ending on 8th of August 2018, 305 bids were received for Category D for motorcycles in the last 2 minutes. These were submitted by 25 different bidders, and the bid numbers were generally small. Only one bidder submitted 2 block bids of 25 each. The bids also came in at different price points, which does not suggest any price collusion. The member has suggested raising the COE bid deposit and shortening the validity period for motorcycle temporary COEs. Both suggestions are not cost-free to the motorcycle buyers. While raising the bid deposit may encourage dealers to be more prudent in submitting the bids, the higher bid deposit will raise costs for dealers. If the temporary COE validity period is shortened, dealers may need to maintain a larger inventory of motorcycles to meet demand. This will increase business costs. High business costs will mean higher prices for the buyers. Shorter temporary COEs may also make it more difficult for buyers to obtain motorcycles immediately. In designing the COE system, we are mindful that motorcycle owners have different needs from owners of commercial and private cars. Our COE system therefore sets aside a separate Category D for motorcycle buyers so that they need not compete with commercial and private car owners. The cessation of the contribution by Category D to the open category since May 2017 has helped to stabilize the supply of motorcycle COEs. The majority of motorcycles also attract a much lower additional registration fee, or ARF, of 15% of the open market value of motorcycles, compared to at least 100% for cars. COE prices fluctuate based on demand and supply. In fact, Category D COE prices have been falling steadily this year, from approximately 8,000 in February to 4,390 in the latest September bidding cycle. While we have not observed any irregular bidding activity or market manipulation, LTA will continue to monitor the situation closely. We are mindful of the needs of motorcycle owners and businesses and are prepared to review the COE regulations if and when warranted.
Engineer Lee Biwa.
Thank you, sir. I have one supplementary question for SMS. According to my resident, the COE bidding was $1 up to the last 3 minutes, and then suddenly 400 bids came in and pushed the COE to $5,514. And a lot of my residents who depend on motorcycles for their transport as well as their job, like dispatch rider, they are very concerned with this trend. I would like to ask SMS, is there any measures that can be taken to address the concern of residents who depend on motorcycles as a mode of transport and their job? Thank you.
I'd like to thank Engineer Lee Biwa for the supplementary question. As I have mentioned in my reply, the last-minute bids that comes in, towards the end of the bidding cycle is a common practice, not only just in Category D COE, but also in all classes of COEs, and this is not unusual. In fact, COE prices, like I mentioned, actually fluctuate based on the supply and demand. And like I've mentioned in my reply, the COE prices have actually come down from 8,000 in February to about 4,300 in the most recent September bidding cycle. And also with the tiered additional registration fee, that we have actually a very progressive ownership tax structure that actually favors buyers of motorcycles with a low open market value. And I've also mentioned that we have already stopped the contribution of COEs from category D to open category, and this also increased the supply of motorcycle COEs in the market. And I think more importantly, besides our concern about the rising COE at times, the government will also continue to enhance our public transport network and promote active mobility to create more commuting options for Singaporeans.
Mr. Faisal Manap.
I would thank MSS for this reply. Just SMS, sorry. Just one particular clarification. Just want to know from SMS whether there are any other cases of such similar situation that happened in terms of last-minute bids recently. I mean, in the recent years.
I'd like to thank the member for the supplementary question. Like I've mentioned, it is not uncommon practice, for bidders to actually come in at the last minute to bid for additional COEs. In fact, if I look at the bidding patterns just over the last 2 to 3 months, about 20 to 26% of the bids were actually submitted in the last 2 minutes of the bidding cycle.
Mr. Murali.
May I ask the SMS whether the ministry has any intention to prevent block biddings at the last minutes?
Thank you, the member, for the supplementary question. I think at this point in time, we do not have intention to prevent that. But of course, the ministry will continue to monitor the bidding patterns, and if necessary, we may make changes in the future.
Engineer Lee Biwa.
Thank you, sir. I would like to ask SMS whether for those who bid for $1, do they pay for the COE $1 or follow the rest? So if not, can the ministry study just pay for what they bid for? Then that will prevent the last minute coming in at high price. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Engineer Lee Biwa for that suggestion. I think the COE bidding system doesn't work this way. But nonetheless, we can take back and take a look and see what we can do about it.